What if the person you least expected became the key to your biggest breakthrough? Imagine hiring a janitor not just to clean, but to be your partner at a life-changing investor dinner. That's exactly what Sarah Bennett did when she asked Marcus Ellis, a former professor forced into janitorial work, to stand beside her. What happened next wasn't just surprising, it was a story of courage, resilience, and redefining success. Secrets would be revealed, judgments challenged, and two lives forever changed. Stay with me, because this isn't just a business tale, it's a powerful journey about dignity and hope that will inspire you to see potential where others only see limitations. Don't miss a moment. The clock on the wall ticked steadily toward 10:00 p.m. as Sarah Bennett pushed open the heavy glass door of her sleek office overlooking downtown Seattle. The city's famous gray skies loomed beyond the windows, casting a muted glow over the modern high-rise. Despite the late hour, Sarah's mind raced. Tonight was one of the most important nights in the young history of Mentech Corp, the tech startup she had founded just a few years earlier. A critical dinner with potential investors could make or break their future, and Sarah had never felt more pressure to succeed. The echo of footsteps and the distant hum of the elevator broke the silence as she stepped into the dimly lit hallway. There in the corner near the service elevator, Marcus Ellis pushed a mop across the marble floor with slow practice strokes. Marcus wasn't just any janitor, he was a man with a story few knew. Once a respected university professor in Columbia, Marcus had fled political persecution years ago, leaving behind his career, his reputation, and much of his dignity. Now he cleaned the floors of the very building that housed some of the city's most ambitious startups, including Sarah's. "Marcus, could you clean my office later tonight?" Sarah asked, surprising herself with the casual tone. Marcus looked up, startled. This was the first time the CEO of Mentech had spoken to him directly in the 3 years he had worked there. "Of course, Ms. Bennett. How late will you be working?" he replied. Sarah hesitated, sensing something familiar in his voice, an accent tinged with nostalgia. "Where are you from?" she asked. "Colombia?" Marcus answered quietly. A moment passed as Sarah reflected on her own past. "I'm from Caracas," she murmured. They shared a brief, understanding silence. Two strangers connected by exile and the daunting task of rebuilding lives far from home. Marcus leaned on his mop, his voice dropping. "I came here 7 years ago. My daughter and I have been in Seattle for 4. Sarah regarded him thoughtfully. "What did you do back home?" "I was a university professor, specializing in telecommunications. Now I clean floors." His words hit her harder than expected. She had been the CEO of a pharmaceutical company in Venezuela, forced to leave everything behind when corruption and threats made staying impossible. Now here they were, two former professionals, forced to start over in a strange land. Rebuilding, Sarah said, from scratch. Marcus nodded. Exactly. Their conversation was interrupted by the sound of the building's automated lights flicking off in most areas. Sarah glanced at her watch. "I have an important dinner tomorrow night with investors," she confessed. "It's supposed to secure Mentech's future, but I'll be going alone. Again." Marcus felt a pang of sympathy. "You must have friends," Sarah gave a bitter laugh. "Partners, competitors, acquaintances, yes. Friends, not many. It's a lonely world when you're a woman and an immigrant in tech." The weight of her words settled between them. Marcus resumed cleaning, but deliberately slowed his pace, reluctant to end the exchange. Sarah took a deep breath. "Marcus, I need company for that dinner. Would you come with me?" The mop clattered against the floor as Marcus dropped it in surprise. Sarah quickly turned to leave, cheeks burning with embarrassment. "Forget it. That was crazy," she said over her shoulder. "Ms. Bennett." Marcus called, "Wait." She stopped but didn't look back. "I can't. I have my daughter to care for." "I'd pay you," Sarah said. The offer hung in the air. Marcus's pride wavered, but he nodded. "How much enough to make it worth your time?" He closed his eyes, considering the mounting medical bills for Emily, the heavy cost of her treatments. When he opened them, his resolve was clear. "Tell me what you need me to do." The next day, Marcus found himself in a boutique on Capitol Hill, trying on suits that cost more than he'd earned in a month. He felt out of place among the polished clientele, but Sarah insisted. "This isn't just a dinner," she told him. "It's an investment in our future. You need to look the part." The first suit fit awkwardly, but as the tailor adjusted the fabric and the fit, Marcus saw a reflection that surprised him, a man transformed, ready to step back into the professional world he'd lost. That evening at the Pavilion, Seattle's premier event space, Marcus and Sarah ascended the grand staircase to join the city's business elite. The chandeliers sparkled above, casting light on eager faces and expensive attire. Marcus's heart pounded as they entered the private dining room. He straightened his tie, determined to face the night head-on. Sarah leaned close. "Remember, you belong here." Their entrance drew curious glances. Karen Mitchell, the lead investor, greeted them first. "Sarah and you must be Marcus Ellis," Karen said, extending her hand. Marcus smiled, steady despite the butterflies. The conversation flowed quickly, his background, expertise, projects. He spoke carefully, highlighting his years as a professor and his knowledge of telecommunications infrastructure. Karen's eyes lit with interest. Impressive. It's rare to find someone with such depth, but not everyone was welcoming. Jason Collins, Sarah's business partner, arrived with his wife. His gaze lingered coldly on Marcus. "I don't believe I've seen you around the tech scene," Jason remarked, voice laced with subtle disdain. Marcus kept his composure. "I've been in academia, mostly, recently transitioning," Jason smirked. "Hard to hide one's past, isn't it?" Sarah's jaw clenched. "Marcus is an expert, and I stand by him." The tension simmered beneath polite smiles. Yet Karen pulled Marcus aside later, offering potential projects that required his expertise. After the dinner shadows grew longer, Jason confronted Sarah, accusing her of jeopardizing the company by bringing Marcus. He presented photos of Marcus in his janitor uniform and leaked personal information. The rumors spread like wildfire. Karen wavered. The promised investment was threatened. Marcus was called into his supervisor's office and given a grim choice: abandon his new role or lose his cleaning job. Humiliation weighed heavy, but Marcus refused to be broken. Late one night, Emily found him seated at the kitchen table, staring blankly. "They found out," he said quietly. Emily sat beside him, unwavering. "It doesn't matter what they say. You showed them who you really are." Marcus looked up, eyes glistening. "It's not just about me. It's about Sarah, Mentech, everything." Emily smiled. "The hardest battles make the strongest warriors." The following day, Emily visited Sarah's office, determined to meet the woman who had asked her father to be her date. Their conversation was honest and revealing. Sarah learned about Marcus's past, the sacrifices he'd made, and the brilliance that never dimmed despite hardship. Their partnership deepened, moving beyond business to genuine connection. Months later, Karen called Marcus with an offer: a permanent consulting position, including help to regularize his professional credentials. There was one condition: reconcile with Sarah and rebuild trust within Mentech. Marcus hesitated but recognized the chance to reclaim his rightful place. He met Sarah on Mentech's rooftop once again, city lights twinkling below. They spoke openly about fears, hopes, and the future. Marcus admitted his concerns about mixing business with personal life, but Sarah's warmth dissolved his doubts. "I want to build a future with you," she said. "Not just a company, but a life." He squeezed her hand. "Me too." Their handshake wasn't just an agreement, it was a promise. The night of the investors' dinner arrived, and Marcus Ellis felt the weight of every step he took into the pavilion. The gleaming chandeliers, the polished marble floors, and the whispered conversations of Seattle's elite created an atmosphere far removed from the janitor's closet where he had spent countless nights. Yet tonight, Marcus was no longer invisible. He was Sarah Bennett's chosen partner, a symbol of resilience and hope. As they entered the private dining room, eyes turned toward them. Sarah's confident stride contrasted with Marcus's tentative one, but his tailored suit and steady gaze quickly commanded respect. Karen Mitchell, the lead investor, greeted them warmly. "Sarah and you must be Marcus Ellis. I've heard much about you." Marcus extended his hand, feeling the room's scrutiny, but determined to stand tall. The evening began with introductions and small talk, but soon shifted to the heart of the matter: the future of Mentech Corp. Questions came swiftly: his experience, his vision, his background. Marcus answered honestly, weaving stories of his university work, the forced exile, and the hope for a fresh start. Karen listened intently, her eyes reflecting both admiration and curiosity. But not everyone was as welcoming. Jason Collins, Sarah's business partner, arrived fashionably late, his gaze cold and calculating. His introduction was polite but laced with skepticism. "I don't believe we've crossed paths before. What is your exact role with Mentech?" Marcus held his ground. "I'm a consultant specializing in telecommunications infrastructure. I've recently joined Mentech to help with network upgrades." Jason's smirk barely concealed his disdain. Interesting transition from academia to janitorial work to consulting. Sarah's eyes flashed. "Marcus's expertise is unquestionable. I trust his judgment implicitly." The tension in the room was palpable, yet Karen smoothly guided the conversation back to business. Over the course of the dinner, Marcus found himself engaged in thoughtful discussions about technology innovation and market strategy. For the first time in years, he felt the spark of belonging ignite within him. Yet as the night wore on, whispers began to ripple beneath the surface. Photos of Marcus in his janitor's uniform circulated quietly among the attendees. Gossip was an insidious predator, and soon the room's warm glow dimmed with suspicion. The following day, Sarah was summoned to a tense meeting with Jason, who brandished a folder filled with photographs and documents detailing Marcus's employment history and immigration status. This could jeopardize everything, Jason warned. "Our lead investor is questioning the company's leadership decisions." Sarah's heart pounded, but her resolve hardened. Marcus is an asset, not a liability. Meanwhile, Marcus faced his own battle. His supervisor called him into a stark office and laid down an ultimatum: relinquish his consulting role or lose his janitorial job. The choice was cruel. Marcus's pride screamed to reject the offer, but the need to support Emily weighed heavier. That night, Marcus sat at the kitchen table, exhaustion etched into every line of his face. Emily watched silently, understanding the pain behind his eyes. "They found out about the dinner," Marcus said. Emily reached out, her hand steady. "You showed them who you really are, Dad. Not the uniform, but the man beneath." Her words stirred something deep within Marcus, a reminder that identity isn't bound to circumstance. The tension rippled into Mentech's boardroom. Karen called an emergency meeting, trying to quell the unrest. Some partners advocated cutting ties with Sarah for the perceived scandal, while others pushed for unity. Sarah's business partner Jason intensified his campaign to discredit Marcus, claiming his presence undermined their professionalism. But Sarah refused to yield. She knew the real strength of Mentech lay in its values: inclusion, resilience, and authenticity. Amidst the turmoil, Emily paid a visit to Sarah's office, determined to understand the woman who had asked her father to be her companion. Their conversation was raw and honest. Emily revealed Marcus's brilliant past, the sacrifices made, and the enduring dignity despite hardship. Sarah listened, humbled and inspired. She saw Marcus anew, not just as an employee or consultant, but as a partner in every sense. In the months that followed, Karen Mitchell offered Marcus a permanent consulting position, complete with assistance in legitimizing his professional credentials. There was one condition: Marcus and Sarah needed to heal their fractured trust and work together transparently. On a cool Seattle rooftop overlooking the cityscape, Marcus and Sarah met once more. The conversation was heartfelt. Marcus confessed his fear of blurring personal and professional lines. Sarah admitted her own vulnerabilities. Together, they pledged to build something stronger than business, a partnership based on mutual respect and shared dreams. Marcus took Sarah's hands in his. "I want to build a future with you, not just Mentech, but life." Sarah smiled, hope shining in her eyes. "Me too." Their handshake sealed not just a business deal, but a promise to face whatever came next together. Months rolled on, and with every sunrise over Seattle's skyline, Mentech Corp grew stronger, not just as a company, but as a community forged by resilience and hope. Sarah Bennett and Marcus Ellis had transformed from unlikely partners into a powerful duo, guiding Mentech through challenges most startups only feared. Marcus's role at Mentech became official, with all the credentials and respect his expertise deserved. He was no longer the man quietly cleaning floors after hours, but a valued leader and innovator shaping the company's future. His daughter Emily's health stabilized, and her medical bills became manageable with Marcus's new income. The weight of past struggles began to lift, yet their journey was far from easy. Sarah and Marcus navigated the complex dance of mixing business with personal life. Late-night meetings often morphed into honest conversations about hopes and fears. They faced skepticism from old partners resistant to change, but their conviction never wavered. One crisp autumn afternoon on Mentech's rooftop terrace, They stood side by side, watching the city below bathed in golden light. The weight of years of hardship now felt like a distant shadow. "Do you ever wonder what life would have been like if we hadn't taken those risks?" Sarah asked softly. Marcus smiled, fingers intertwined with hers. "Sometimes, but I believe those risks shaped everything good we have now. Without them, maybe we wouldn't be who we are." Sarah nodded. "I'm grateful we faced it all together." Their relationship blossomed beyond boardrooms and business deals. Plans for a future beyond work began to take shape, conversations about marriage, family, and shared dreams. But the past never fully disappeared. They confronted moments of doubt and insecurities born from years of loss and reinvention. Cultural differences and the pressure to succeed weighed on them. Yet through communication and trust, they built a foundation stronger than any obstacle. One evening, over a simple dinner in their cozy apartment, Marcus reached across the table and took Sarah's hand. "I want us to build a life," he said earnestly. "Not just Mentech, but a real life together." Tears glistened in Sarah's eyes. "I want that too." Their love was no fairy tale. It was raw, imperfect, and beautiful because it was real. Mentech's success continued to soar. The company launched scholarships for immigrant students, supported healthcare initiatives, and championed diversity in tech. Sarah and Marcus became advocates for second chances, inspiring others to rise above adversity. One sunny Saturday, Emily returned from university, her smile radiant as she shared news of an academic award. The family gathered around their bond, a testament to the power of perseverance. Late that night, Sarah and Marcus stood on their balcony, the city lights sparkling beneath them. "Do you think our story would have been different if we met under different circumstances?" Sarah mused. Marcus pondered. "Maybe easier, but not deeper. Our struggles taught us empathy, dignity, and the true meaning of strength." Sarah smiled. "And that's something no success can buy." Their journey, marked by loss, courage, and redemption, became a beacon for anyone feeling unseen or underestimated. It was proof that dignity and determination could transform lives. What did you think of Sarah and Marcus's story? Did it resonate with your own experiences or hopes? How do you define success and dignity in the face of adversity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched you, please type 100 in the comments. Also tell us which country you're watching from. We'd love to know how far this story reaches. Don't forget to like and share this video with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Remember, sometimes the hardest journeys lead to the most beautiful destinations. Your story is waiting to be written.